What's up everyone, this is Travis, also known as The Raw View. Today we're looking at the BenQ screen bar. Easy setup. It's powered by USB, so all you have to do is plug it into the back of your computer or on the side of a monitor if you have something like a BenQ monitor or any monitor that has a USB on the back. And I was also really surprised because it's really bright for a USB. It's kind of blew me away. I didn't really think it was going to be that bright. They say on their website it's 500 lux. The light has 8 increments of lighting from 2700 Kelvin all the way up to like 65,000 Kelvin. The light can rotate 10 degrees. There are 4 buttons on the top: power, auto adjust, adjusting color temperature, and adjusting brightness. The bar for the most part is made out of anodized aluminum. All you have to do is put it on the top of the monitor and it's held on basically by gravity and a weight on the back. I've put it on my 32-inch monitor, my 22-inch, my curved monitors. I've put it on pretty much every monitor I have, and it fits everyone perfectly. Now, when you have the curved monitor, you do have to rotate the light out just a little bit further, but it still works no problem. So one of the worst things you can have with a screen bar is it leaving a glare on your screen. And the way that this is designed, it literally like shines like a beam of light, and it's a very straight edge, so there's not a lot of light bleed, and so it keeps all the light off your monitor, which is amazing. The other thing I look for is how wide of a light spread is there. Because I have a really long desk. My desk is about 7 feet long, and it lights up the whole desk from end to end, and it's a small little lamp on the top of my monitor, and I think that's great. I really do appreciate that, and I value that. Finally, is how good is it for your eyes? And now this is something that's really important for someone like me, who I rely on my eyes for my profession as a video editor and a video producer, and being behind the camera, I rely heavily on my eyes. So I take a lot of precautions when it comes to protecting my eyes and making sure that I don't strain them and I'm not writing in the dark. And so that's one of the reasons why I will always have some type of lamp or light on my desk. I think one of the really nice features about the BenQ light is it's pretty automated. When you first turn it on, it will auto adjust the temperature and the brightness to fit whatever environment it's in. I never have to mess with the brightness, and I never have to mess with the color temperature. That being said, if you're a colorist and you want to manually adjust the color temperature of the lamp, this is not the one for you, because the way you adjust the color temperature is you hold down the color temperature button on the top and it will cycle through. And it's, it's kind of hard to be accurate with that. And every single time you turn it on, it readjusts, so it doesn't remember your settings. So wouldn't suggest it for someone who is using the light in the room to help them color grade, if that makes sense. That's only going to apply for a very small amount of people. But other than that, I think the light's great. I've used it for a long time. My wife has used one for a long time, almost a half a year now. So I highly suggest it if you're looking for a cheap lamp to just throw on your desk, something that doesn't take up a lot of space. That's one of the big benefits of this, is it takes up almost no space. You don't have to run another power cable. You just have to run a USB to your computer. So there are actually a lot of things that can damage your eyes, and a lot of people don't know about this or don't even look into it. And as someone who has spent the past 12 years behind pretty much a computer screen as like my main profession, you want to make sure that you have a monitor that doesn't have a harmful blue light hazard, if that makes sense. And you also want to make sure the lamps in your room and the lights that you use aren't doing that as well. There's other things such as, do the lights flicker? Because flicker actually can really cause a lot of damage to your eyes, even though you can't see the lights flickering, if that makes sense. So imagine a light strobing so fast where you can't actually see it strobing, right? But imagine what that does to your eyes and what that does to your brains if it's, and it's like in some weird frequency that can really mess with you, and it can really mess with your eyes, and a lot of people don't even think about that. So I really appreciate if you look at the certifications for BenQ's lights pretty much across the board. They have a great ratings. They have pretty much They pass all the flicker tests, they pass all the hazard blue light tests, and that's not something you're going to get if you just go to whatever IKEA and get a $30 lamp. So yes, you're paying a little bit more, but it's really to protect your eyes. And you might think that's a bunch of bullcrap and you might not care about that, but if you're younger, it's one of those things I would care, especially again, if you're staying behind the screen for like over 8 hours a day. Some days I would highly suggest upgrading the light within your scenario.